just got in touch with me and said, hey, we watched your movie and we really liked it. And we'd like to show it here in Denver. And then I happened to mention to him that there was some artwork you could show as well. And then I happened to mention we might be in the neighborhood. And Dean took it from there and made all of this happen with the help of the committee, as I understand it. So we really appreciate you, all your efforts. He's been running us around all weekend, so thank you, Dean. And thank you to all the sponsors that made this event possible. So your question about the DVD. The DVD is for sale out in the lobby, I think, afterwards. And there's some bonus footage on there. Our trip to Hiroshima with Jimmy in 2007. We went to the August 6th memorial there and went to Miyajima Island, where Jimmy liked to go when he's a young kid. And there's an interview with Roger Shimomura, the other artist that you saw in the film, whose work is similar in terms of his subject matter to Jimmy's. There's more of Jimmy's visit with his sister. That was her in the credits, and I'm sorry to tell you that she just passed away earlier this year. She was almost 97. So we just came from Seattle in part so that he could pay his respects and put some flowers on her grave. What else is on there?
The Wing Luke Museum.
His Wing Luke art exhibition, which is actually the same exhibition they can see live at the gallery until, how long is the show up? The 27th?
27th. Yep.
So you have a couple, 2-3 more weeks to see.
Where's that at?
V3 Museum, VS Museum.
It's Access.
Access Gallery on Santa Fe.
909.
909 Santa Fe.
9th and Santa Fe.
VSA Access Gallery. 909 Santa Fe. More questions?
Any other question? Sure.
Linda, I'd like to know what that year was like with Jimmy.
Well, you got a good taste of that year in the film. I didn't have time to shoot everything. Sometimes I had the camera on the countertop while I was cooking dinner, shooting simultaneously. Jimmy stayed with me for 5 months, and I live in a one-room apartment, and I'm not used to having a grandfather to tell me what to do. So it wasn't the easiest 5 months, but it was worth it. It was a small part of my life that made a big difference in his, and so yeah. But you know, I'm really fortunate to have found social workers. I'm not a social worker. I'm a filmmaker. I was working as an editor on other people's films when I got into all of this. So it was thanks. Do we have any social workers in the crowd? Raise your hands. Thank you for all you do. It took a lot just to do it for one person. I don't know how you do it for hundreds. So thank you for your work. But social workers really helped me access the benefits that he was entitled to. And it was complicated for me figuring that out. So for someone with a language barrier and some trust issues, it was a lot more complicated.
When you received those papers in the mail, were you just really excited?
Well, the papers, you know, a lot of the documents you saw here that I found, it was the Japanese American National Museum in Los Angeles that told me that anyone who was interned in the camps has a file at the National Archives. And that person or their immediate family members is entitled to all the documents in that file, copies of those documents. So they helped me fill out the forms and get all that information. And yeah, the layers just kept opening up. It was really a pretty amazing experience too. And I learned a lot that I didn't know about American history from Jimmy and from all of you and from all the people that I met on these pilgrimages. This isn't covered in the books, so if you're fortunate enough to still have an elder in the family that witnessed these events, ask questions. We were talking to somebody at the Tule Lake pilgrimage, and someone asked him, well, how come you never talked about this, Grandpa? He said, nobody ever asked me.
Yes, Mary?
Masa, this question's for you. So you weren't actually in the film, so I'd like to know your timeline. When did you get involved with the project? And I also want to know, how much did you know about the Japanese American internment?
I'm not the talking person. You see in the film, Linda met Jimmy January 1st, 2001 on the street corner. And about a month later, I met Linda by chance in an elevator. Actually, it's right after the a seminar for the filmmakers. So we just got on by chance in the same elevator. She started asking me if I'm Japanese, if I understand Japanese. That's my very first involvement. That by the time Linda already got a bunch of drawings from Jimmy, which if you see his works, he writes a lot of Japanese writing on his drawings, so which she didn't understand at the time. So my very first involvement is just helping her understand what's written there. Then started helping more and more, doing some research about Japan. He told lots of stories about Japan to Linda, so like I confirm about it or so on. So then my background is film too, so I started working with her. And what the other question I forgot.
How much did you know about Japanese moving entertainment?
I knew almost nothing, close to nothing. I mean, I knew about it, like Japanese Americans or internment camp or concentration camp, whatever you say. That's about it. We didn't learn much. Actually, I probably never learned anything about it in school. I just knew through the TV or books or something. So it's all new stories, and it's very amazing stories I've been hearing since then.
Yes. I see. I'll be up there.
Was Tule Lake the only one that they had, or did they have them throughout the country?
10 places.
Masa likes to be the silent partner in the background. But I couldn't do this without him. There were 10 camps, 120,000 people were locked up for more than 3 years. There were also Department of Justice camps. And I believe the closest camp here was Amachi. Do we have anybody from Amachi here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Every third Saturday of May, we have pilgrimage.
Pilgrimage every third Saturday
Of May.
in the middle of May.
Third Saturday in May.
In May.
So,
Pilgrimage
sometime
to.
a few months before, I organized the pilgrimage.
Very good.
So you can see some flyer on the window of the Pacific or Buddhist temple or Simpson Methodist Church. So
Flyers at the Buddhist temple or the Pacific merchandise. And what's your name?
my name is Hiroko Hong.
Hiroko.
And Frank Miyazawa,
Frank
too,
Miyazawa
he organized
is the
every year.
organizer. Okay. And can people go on that pilgrimage who were not actually in the camp?
Absolutely.
Other people who want to learn more about that?
This
Absolutely.
year, I guess half of passengers were American people.
Okay. So anyone who wants to learn more about Amachi, that happens in the third Saturday of May. And is there a website that people can go to? The JARC website? I can't read that without my glasses. Okay, but amachi.org, www.amachi.org. And these flyers will be out in the lobby. Yeah, thank you. More questions?
Kathy, you want to mention the DU has the Amachi artifacts. I don't know enough about it to
Amachi
say anything.
artifacts.
Who?
Yeah, I heard.
Ricky, did you want to
Marge, do you know?
something about that? Do you know about that?
Marge
what
does.
I was going to mention is that,
Oh, there
yes,
she
we
is.
do have a brand new website that was just launched actually about a week ago, 2 weeks ago.
Great.
It is www.amachi.org. We actually work in partnership with 3 different organizations under the Friends of Amachi umbrella. We also have a partnership with the DU School of Anthropology, which does every 2 years a field school at the Amachi site. I believe that their open house is going to be Saturday, July 14. If anybody wants to travel to the Amachi site, they'll spend the morning out on the site in the archaeological dig, and then they'll spend the afternoon when it gets very hot inside at the museum going through some of the artifacts.
That sounds great. And this is coming Saturday, the 14th?
What is today? Yeah, so it
Today's
would
the
be
8th.
this coming Saturday.
A week from yesterday.
And then you can always go to the DU site of Denver University, the keyword Amachi, and that will bring up the Amachi page, and that will give you more information.